We're in Harlan, Kentucky, for the sentencing hearing of 59-year-old Cletus Robbins Jr. Following a 3-day trial, Robbins was convicted on a litany of shockingly violent charges.
The defendant is guilty of 1, kidnapping and with serious physical injury, 2, robbery in the first degree, assault in the second degree, unlawful imprisonment, wanton endangerment first degree, and being a persistent felony offender first degree.
As Judge Kent Hendrickson proceeds with Robbins' laundry list of crimes, the prosecution interjects after Robbins repeatedly turns around and glares at them.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would request that the court give notice to the defendant not to communicate with the Commonwealth.
In the courtroom, defendants are often prohibited from communicating verbally or non-verbally with anyone except their own attorney. Problem is, Robbins isn't exactly a rule follower.
Don't. Hey, now none of that. Hey, none of that. Now just calm down.
Yeah. You calm down.
You take it easy.
Stand up there on that side, please. Settle down, please.
Fucking jury ass court here.
Listen, buddy, I'm too old for this.
Hey, I'm too old for this too.
With tensions later calmed, Robbins stands in silence as Judge Hendrickson hands down a heavy sentence.
He shall be confined to the state penitentiary for a maximum of 25 years. And that concludes this matter before the court. Thank you.
The sentencing may conclude things for the court, but not for Robbins. That is the sound of Cletus Robbins spitting at one of the prosecuting attorneys. Before he's hauled out of the courtroom, Robbins makes a final threat.
The court has that on record. We know that that was a threat, and we will be saving that record for possible criminal charges.
No additional charges were filed against Robbins for his courtroom misconduct. His 25-year sentence stands, and a later appeal of the case was denied. We're headed south, way south, to Wollongong, Australia, for a sentencing hearing. Seated inside what's known as the dock is the defendant, 25-year-old Jesse Rose. The one-time aspiring rugby league player pleaded guilty to the charge of reckless wounding for an assault captured in this surveillance video. After receiving a complaint about Rose's drunken behavior in a pub, he and his mate are asked to leave by security. But when he refuses, a second camera shows things turning physical, and one of the security guards ends up on the floor. Backing away from the situation, Rose then hurls his drinking glass at the downed man, striking him in the head. The guard suffered serious injuries, including a laceration and depressed skull. Now at sentencing, Rose's attorney made a case to not send him to jail, claiming he's a changed man, holding down a steady job and living on the straight and narrow. But Judge Andrew Haisler makes it clear this is no kangaroo court, stating that the assault was too serious to consider leniency. And right about now, he announces Rose's sentence, 14 months in prison. But as one door closes for the defendant, he kicks another one wide open. Unhappy with his sentence, Rose perhaps channels his rugby days and boots open the divider door. It's unclear what he says to these two security guards. One guard takes a step or two back. After some more jawing, Rose takes things up a notch and throws not one, but 2 chairs at the guards. Those are not folding chairs Rose just tossed. Those are standard office chairs weighing up to 60 pounds, or 27 kilograms in Australia. What you might have missed is this guard who sneaks around the backside of the dock and, like a boomerang, flies back into action. First bobbing and weaving, then going down under for a tackle. With the help of the other guard, Rose is pinned to the floor. His girlfriend can be seen in the rear of the courtroom. Other officers eventually enter, get Rose to his feet, and escort him out. For his courtroom tantrum, Jesse Rose was charged with property damage and assaulting a law enforcement officer. An additional 8 months was added to his original 14-month sentence. We're in the Cuyahoga County Justice Center, where a sentencing hearing is wrapping up.
Thank you all. Good luck to you, Mr. Terry. Thank you, Sheriff. All right, let's go.
William Terry just received an 18-month prison sentence for attempted burglary and attempted felonious assault. Present in court are the defendant's family behind him and the victim of this crime seated across the courtroom.
All right, let's go. Get my family more stuff out my pocket. Yeah.
He's headed directly to prison.
It's all right. It's only 18 months.
He's speaking to his family now. And then,
Hey, you the
some choice words for the victim.
don't touch me like that.
Two court deputies try to subdue the handcuffed defendant.
This is what you're gonna get.
Please calm down.
Let's go, man. Give me the up. You ready? Yeah. We gonna be calm now? Yeah. All right.
The defendant's removed from the courtroom without further incident.
Ready?
No additional time is added to his sentence. Now we head to a sentencing hearing at the Lincoln County Courthouse in Newport, Oregon. Scott Patrick Lemon, seen here wearing a blue shirt, is awaiting sentencing for charges of robbery, burglary, theft, 2 counts of menacing, and 4 counts of coercion, all stemming from a home invasion. In the courtroom is a deputy, Lemon's lawyer, a police officer, and another attorney. Deputies requested an electronic restraint for Lemon during the proceedings so that he could be immediately restrained in case he acted out. The judge denied that request. Lemon lunges for the officer. If we take a closer look, it appears that Lemon attempts to grab the officer's weapon. Fortunately for everyone, he's quickly taken down. Lemon has attempted escape added to his list of charges. He's currently serving a minimum of 7 years in prison. We head now to a sentencing hearing in Ocala, Florida. A jury has found Travis Davis, Brandon Banks, Kelvin Grimmage, and Keela Richardson guilty of killing Courtney London during a robbery home invasion 2 years earlier. As an added precaution today, extra officers are on hand for the sentencing.
Any legal reason we shouldn't proceed with sentencing today?
As the men wait to learn their fate,
I've indicated that I would like to do is to have the gentleman hang on, Mr. Davis.
suddenly fists are flying. It appears a court officer attempts to handcuff Travis Davis, but Davis refuses to cooperate. Another court officer quickly jumps in to assist.
Hang on, Mr. Davis.
Meanwhile, a third court officer attempts to handcuff Grimmage, but that doesn't go any better, and total chaos ensues. Richardson's already been cuffed and is ushered away from the melee. Davis's lawyer, Daniel Hernandez, isn't so lucky. With the situation seemingly out of control, another court officer steps in with a taser. Reportedly, all 3 men were tased, including Brandon Banks, who doesn't appear to join the free-for-all. One of the court officers appears to instruct everyone to clear the courtroom. After the court officers regain control, Davis and Grimmage share some sentimental parting words.
Hey, Mud, like, hey, Mud, like, bro. That's it.
All 4 defendants were convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life without parole.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Stephanie Ripkowski.
We go to the Berea Municipal Court in Berea, Ohio. The sentencing hearing of 42-year-old Stephanie Ripkowski.
Mr. Ripkowski, am I saying that correctly?
Yes, you are.
Ripkowski was caught stealing from a local Walmart, which resulted in a theft conviction. Today, she and her attorney are hoping Judge Mark Comstock doesn't issue any jail time.
First of all, $150 fine plus cost of that suspended. And then 180 days in jail. I'll credit 1 day served. However, I start that today.
6 months in jail starting today is not the outcome Ripkowski was looking for. So she quickly appeals to the judge.
Is there a way that I can not start jail today? I mean, because I've got a daughter, we've got a graduation party going on at home.
I understand that. I understand that. And we're going to stick with the recommendation at this point. So, again, you can have a seat.
Can I have a phone home?
Absolutely. You'll be able to use your phone. Absolutely.
Disappointed, Ripkowski goes to take her seat. Until she changes her mind and heads for the door.
Yes.
Bailiff Matthew Bedford takes notice and immediately tails her. He catches up to her in the hallway, where they have a discussion. Ripkowski bides her time by taking a seat. She then checks her phone while the bailiff waits her out and stands guard at the staircase. Acting casual, she wanders over to the bailiff while on the phone, and then slips behind him. Until she makes a break for it. She quickly makes her way down 2 flights of stairs and out the front doors, with the bailiff right behind her. Eventually, she gets to her car and knocks the bailiff over with the vehicle before speeding away. Luckily, he suffers only minor injuries. But finding her wasn't easy. It would take 11 days before she was finally caught and arrested. And this time, she's hit with additional charges of escape, assault, and resisting arrest. But no additional jail time is added to her original sentence.